Hiya, welcome to the video. Today, I'm going to be showing you how I modeled this scene from Dua Lipa's video Hallucinate, and it's going to be less of a tutorial and more so of just like my process and how I got it done. So do with that what you will. Hope you enjoy. Now, we're going to first open Blender, and then we're going to do a general file. Going to hit A to select everything and delete. We're going to hit delete. Go into the front view, go ahead and Shift A, add a cube, GZ to scale it, to grab it, G to grab. Gonna go S, X to scale along the X axis. I probably want it about, it's gonna be a wall, so we can have it that wide. Yeah. And then about S, Z, about that tall. Okay. Go GZ, move that up to the line. Make sure we have it right at the line. Great. Alrighty. Let's make sure. I like to be very particular about these things. Okay. GZ. Yeah, there we go. Really, to make that easier, you could have turned on X-ray mode so you could see through it. But, you know, I like to make my life hard. Gonna go to the side view with 3. Scale with SY to scale it backwards. We can probably have it maybe that deep. Yep. Okay, that's what we want. You can go Shift A to add another cube. I'm gonna move it forward just so I can see better. GZ, lift it up. Now, let's see, this is gonna be for the doorway. So, we're gonna see how we want this. We're gonna go scale along the Z axis. GZ. Okay. Yeah, that should be fine. Now, we're gonna go ahead into edit mode. Make sure you click up here to edge selection. Click these two edges, and you're gonna hit Control B to bevel it. Now when you bevel it and it looks like that, that's a little awkward looking, so you can scroll up your mouse wheel to add more subdivisions in that. And I think, yep, that's just about what we want. So that's a doorway. What I am going to do, let me go back and edit, in object mode. I'm gonna scale it backwards with SY to make it longer, just to make sure it cuts straight through the side. We're gonna be using a Boolean modifier on this in just a second. Great. Great. So that's all fine and dandy. Now, what we can do, first of all, yeah, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead into edit mode, back into our vertexes. I'll put on that just so I can select those and maybe hit GC, bring that down a bit. Yeah, we can do that. Just so it's more so like off into the distance. Okay. Front view, can go back into object mode. Well, we can really do top view. So with 7, you can hit RC to scale along the, to rotate along the Z axis. Want it to be like that just about. Well, let's see from the front. Yeah, that's a little too deep. Yeah, we can go back to our top view, maybe shift it back around a little bit. Maybe like this. Okay. GX to move it over on the X axis. Let's see just how close we are so we can mirror it exactly. You know what? I actually might want to lower those verts a little bit more. Yeah, probably not. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so that should be good. It cuts straight through the front and the back. Let's just make sure. Move G, Y. Put it a little further back. I'll do SY too, just to make absolute certain that it cuts directly, cleanly through. All right. Now, before we proceed, we're gonna go ahead and hit Shift D to duplicate it. Hit your right mouse button so that it drops it directly in place. And then you're gonna hit Object, Mirror along the X, so that'll make a perfect mirror on the X axis. We'll go to the top. Let's see how close we are there. Just a little bit past the green. So we'll hit G, X, move this over to just about the same position. Great. So now what we can do is we can do a Boolean modifier, which if you don't know, basically it's just a cutout. So we can select our main plane. The Boolean modifier, when you apply it to the object that you want to cut a hole out of. And I'll show you what we mean here. Okay, so add the Boolean in your modifiers. Hit the eyedropper tool for object. Hit cube 1, boom, and it made a cut of it. Now, I'm going to go ahead and hit apply. You can hit Control A as well, whichever. I'm going to add another Boolean. I'm going to select this object. All right, apply. You can hide those cubes so you can see exactly what's going on in there. All right. Now I'm gonna also do one other thing. I'm gonna separate some verts. So we're gonna go ahead into edit mode with our tab. Can turn off that. I'm going to go into face selection mode. And you're going to select all these faces. You're going to go ahead and do that on the other side as well. You'll understand. And you can hit hold on to Shift to continue your selection if you didn't know. Okay, now that we have those selected, I'm going to go ahead and hit P to separate by selection. So that makes the inside of that wall its own thing. So I'll just name that inner wall so I don't forget. I'll just name this one wall. Great. So if we want, we could just play with it. Just see, yep, it cut a hole clean from the inside of that. Perfect. That's what we want. Now, we are going to create our floor. How exciting. We're going to go to front view because it just makes the camera spawn perfectly forward. Oh, sorry. We're going to go back to object mode, then Shift A and hit plane. We can scale this up however much we want. Yeah, it's probably overkill, but womp. Now that we have our plane, looking at it, I kind of want the walls to be a little bit wider. So I'm going to go back into edit mode. Do that. We're going to go to the vertex selection. I'm just going to move this. We're going to do G to grab along the X axis. Pull that all the way over to this next box. Going to do the same on the other side. G to grab, X to along the X axis. Coolio. All right. And we also have our floor plane, which we don't need it to be that far back, but whatever. Yeah, that's probably a bit of overkill. Let's shorten that a bit. Yeah, we can do that because you won't be able to see behind it anyway. So yes, it looks like now we are ready for some simple textures. Well, it's a little less simple than it looks, but yes. Oh, but before we move on to that, I am going to go into the shading tab. As you can see, we have our models here. Now, if you look into your fully rendered view, everything looks dark, right? Right. And we don't like that. So we're going to go into our world properties right here and change this color. You can either like just change this color to white, but I happen to have an environment texture, an HDRI. So I'm just going to find that. I think I like this one. Boom. Beautiful cloud. All right. So first, we can start with our texture for this floor. Now, we're going to hit, you can hit the texture material on this side, or you can hit new. Blender crashes a lot. Alrighty, and when this opens up over here, next to base color, you're going to click this little yellow dot. You're going to click image. No, I'm so sorry. You're going to hit checker texture. All right, so that you see we have our basic texture. I'm going to make this value black. And you can play with the scale however you like. Yeah, that looks good. I'm just going to pop back over to layout real quick. I'm going to go into the front view. We're going to add a camera. Add camera. Go to 3, G, Y, G, Z. And you hit 0 to jump into your camera view. Now, while the camera's still selected, you can also like move it further back and lower or closer. I might want to extend that wall a little bit more if I want a wider shot than this. But if this is the only, oh, well, yeah, let's extend the wall at least higher. So we're going to go to edit mode, select those top verts, G, C, do that just a little higher. Okay, overkill once again. Okay, yeah, that's just about fine. Okay, now we can go back to our texture, our shading, and we're gonna find a basic cloud texture for this building. So to add a image texture, you're gonna go to new, this yellow dot next to base color. You're gonna go ahead and hit image texture. Now, for this part, I did want to warn you, you don't want to be copyrighted for using someone else's art. So if you can, go ahead and draw your own background for this wall if you want, or use a royalty-free cloud. But for the purposes of this tutorial, I'm just going to use this one. This cloud texture. Yeah. And as you can see, it's a little wonky looking, but we can fix that easily. So what we're going to do is we are going to add a texture coordinate node. Texture coordinate, object to object. What we also need is a mapping node. Yeah, I think I can drop that in between. Yep, there we go. Now, as you see, you can't see much. I hope I have this correctly. I'm gonna look at the front view. I'm gonna hit rotation. There we go. That X rotation. There we go. Backwards. I was going the wrong way. Oh, That's looking nice. However you want your clouds, you can play with the scale or whatever you want. Girl, this is your world. And we're just living in it. Can add that scale up a bit. Okay, maybe that's too much. And don't worry about the sides. You won't be seeing the sides anyway, unless this is a moving video. Yeah, unless you animate this, then girl, figure it out. Sorry. Okay, so once you have your cloud background looking just like how you like it, I think I actually want to change its position really quickly. Yeah, we can do maybe that so it looks like more of a horizon, whatever. All right, now what we forgot to do on this floor here, we can make the floor more metallic. And lower the roughness. The more you lower the roughness, the more... Oh, girl, you know what roughness is. You can either... You don't really need metallic, but I like to make it a little metallic. That's a pretty looking floor, ain't it? I think so. Okay, so we're gonna look. Okay, boom. So it's looking good so far. What we're gonna start working on now is the inner part of the wall. Now, what we can do first, actually, yeah, we can work on the inner part of the wall. We're going to go into edit mode. We can isolate it so that this is all we see. I'm going to go into the side view since we're already in X-ray. Select all of those. Hit fill, F to fill. Cool. So we just have a cap for the back of our wall. Just to see what that looks like. Got it. So, looking spicy. Okay. Now, what we're going to do, we're going to go to our top view. Hit Control R to make loop cuts. I'm going to do 8. So you can just hit 8 on your keyboard. So Control R, hover over it, 8 on both sides. Coolio. Alrighty, so what we're going to do next is we're going to start coloring this in. Okay, so if you looked in the video, I chose to use an eyedropper tool on another program. I'm using Clip Studio Paint because it's just easier. Just so I can get the HEX number, which is gonna give me the exact color number that I need. So I'm gonna just speed through this really quickly and just you know, pay attention. You can actually do this better with face select. I'm gonna select this first face. I'm gonna show you how to do it first. So we're gonna go new material, and the first color is purple. Gonna go into base color, select the color, hit HEX. If you have the exact HEX number, you can use that, or you can just pick whatever color you want. And for that, I'm gonna hit assign, so it assigns it to that exact part. Okay, and next we're gonna add another material. Gonna select the second row here, and this color is going to be blue. There's a very specific blue that she used. Okay, you're gonna hit new, color. I'm using the HEX number, and then assign. So to assign it to there. Okay, gonna open up another, and you're just gonna repeat the process for all of the little faces. See you in a sec. Now, when you get to this part, you can honestly just, you don't have to create any new color textures. You can just go ahead and select them. And if you're doing a rainbow, you just follow the same pattern. So you start back at purple and hit assign. Do this for the last two. Blue, assign, green, assign. Okay. Now, that back wall, what I could do is turn it yellow, but I would like it to be white. So I'm going to add a new material, new, but this one's going to be a little different. So for this back wall, we still have our face selection mode. We can turn off, sorry, to get back into a better view. Yeah, there we go. All right, we're going to select these two back faces, and we're going to select this principled BSDF, delete. Uh-oh, hold on. I think we did something wrong. Hi, y'all. Sorry, technical difficulties. Apparently, I made a mistake and I deleted the wrong texture. So it's okay. We're just going to add back in a principled BSDF. I think the color that we flubbed up, I'm sorry, that I flubbed up was green. So we're going to go ahead and do that fairly quickly. Allow me a moment while I fix my mistake. Thanks. Okay, y'all, mistake fixed. Sorry, let's see. Okay, we can now, since we're already still in edit mode, well, we can, I hate that this, okay, I'm sorry. Let's remove this really quickly. Yeah, because we don't need those. At least not now. Okay. Let's see. I'm going to turn off my wireframe view. Select those back faces. And I'm going to just select a new material. I don't know if I've used this material on anything. I don't think so. It's just a clear material. Okay. So with this new material, I'm just going to hit assign already. And I am going to delete this principled BSDF. And I'm going to do Shift A, add a emission. Yep, I'm going to add emission shader. Connect that to the surface. White is fine. Oh, also, before I forget, in order for you to see your emissions show up, you're going to have to turn on your bloom, which you can do here in your render properties. So for most compositions, I like to add ambient occlusion. Bloom is what we actually need for this part. Screen space reflections. So you see more of like a glow. And you can raise or lower that strength however you see fit. I'm gonna have it shine just a bit. Yeah, that'll work. Okay, let's see. Front view. Nice. Noise. I mean, it doesn't look exactly like that in the video, but I think that looks lovely. Personally. Okay, so we can go back, show it with everything. Okay, object mode. First, I am going to shade this smooth so it removes all of that extra geometry. And boom, there you have it. You have your Dua Lipa scene. Now, I just wanted to thank you guys all so much for watching this video, and I hope you enjoyed it, or I hope you learned something at least. And I just wanted to thank you so much, and see you in the next one. Bye.